Join us.
Oh.
Now we be what's up, Naija crew. Now we they give you what they sub for inside we country.
Yes, so
Keep it locked.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make younger?
compound wahala. Now here we dey settle all the matter.
How can I whispers be that? Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
It's Wednesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Obiajilo Olabisi Ubu, and as usual, I have the beautiful ladies of Your View. Ramatu Shehu Oyibo. Why are you sitting there today? What happened?
We're not complete.
Yes, we are.
So we're waiting for the other person. I heard she's in traffic and all.
Okay,
Traffic
how are
is
you?
very bad because of the phone. I'm fine. Today is Kemi's birthday, one of my very good friends. Positive vibes. Nugress, happy birthday to you. She's so full of positive vibes. I've never seen somebody who is so energetic. Everything she exudes is just joy, happiness. You can't be dull around her, honestly. No, I'm really like happy birthday to you. And then so far we have been trying to position our product. So I have a new product that I want to launch. So positioning, getting people, having series of meetings. I'm just enjoying the whole process, and getting to know things. And then there are times that it's a bit challenging, but
yeah, it's part of it.
but I'm enjoying it, and I'm hoping that
it's a process.
Especially when you see the figures where you're now like, okay, we're going to make this by so this by the money. When you see, you just be happy. You're like, but man, you need to work harder.
You need to work to be able to
do so many things to get to that point. So it's interesting.
Well done.
And there was a question you asked me today whether you gave me something. You did not, so make sure you say
I will definitely give you. I forgot.
Amaka Fresh.
Yes, the freshest.
Amaka Oracle, freshest of the freshest.
Yes,
of the freshest of the freshest.
Hey.
How are you?
My head
fresh.
can
She's swelling.
I'm fine, thank you. So, in line with that, we're celebrating International Women's Day. Women that inspire and everything. I want to take out time today, to celebrate my sister, Dr. Nneka Oracle Oko. This year's theme is Give to Gain, and she's a doctor that also veered into tech. Okay. And I told you that this year I started learning AI and everything courtesy of her. Wow. She's so mother of three, so busy, a doctor and everything, but she's an entrepreneur, but also doing tech. She's built a site, she's done so many things.
Amazing.
Like launched an
There's
app.
no limitation for women.
There's no limitation for women. And so now she's decided to give back. Because she says that she noticed that when women, mothers, they're overwhelmed with a lot of things, and if they just feel like that, they don't have time to learn something new. So she's trying to encourage them that they can learn tech and then use this in every aspect of their lives and business. And she's giving free courses, free AI master classes and free courses. Yes,
amazing.
And so I'm going to post it
for everyone.
Anyone can sign up, get in, and she's doing that. And I applaud her for that. Nneka, I love you, Dr. Nneka. You inspire me every day.
She inspires
especially
us
when you live abroad where you don't have help and everything.
You're
doing
doing all of
juggle all this. Like I'm super impressed.
Amazing. I'm so inspired.
Yes.
I'm asking myself, do I have energy for tech? No, I don't.
No, trust me, you do. I'm
trying to conserve my energy.
For her to break it down for me, like with my busy lifestyle, I'm able to.
It's not really difficult, but it's something that you eventually key.
Yeah, but I think I should just, stay in my space, because my space is quite intense.
For the first 30
There's a lot I am doing. I'm already writing my fourth book.
There's
a lot
for the first 30 minutes and then see how it will also help you navigate.
Even in my business,
even your business, everything that you're doing.
I'll try that.
How are you?
I'm good. We're still doing our International Women's discount for coaching services. So for those looking to get clarity in different areas of their life for their children, if you have teenagers, you want to get clarity on how to handle them, I offer coaching services for that. You want to get clarity on your I'm a love expert. That was how I started. That's my forte. I got you on that, and the discounts are going till the 20th of March, and 27th is my birthday, so I'm planning something. I'm going to be launching something. We're working on it. When it's ready, I will announce. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we do the papers. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We'll be starting the paper reviews with The Nation. Major headline, court verdict, PDP factions maintain different positions. Forbes billionaire list, Dangote leads as Rabiu Adenuga Otedola remain on global wealth ranking. ICPC gets court order to detain El Rufai for another 14 days. Federal government suspends fuel import licenses. Executive Order 9 to protect Federation revenue system. Tinubu orders rollout of 100,000 CNG conversion kits. And FCCPC NGI partner to protect welfare of Nigerian consumers. What do we have in The Nation?
Okay, so 32 suspected terrorists, including a lawyer. Now this is sad. Their firearms suppliers, logistics handlers, and other enablers have been arrested in Kwara State. The police confirmed this yesterday. Their arrests followed intensified counter-terrorism operations by detectives of the Intelligence Response Team, the IRT. The State Police Command, which specializes, is a specialized unit, and other security agencies in forest corridors and transport routes. The suspects, including an alleged Abuja-based lawyer and 2 Niger Republic nationals, allegedly belonged to various gangs that have terrorized Kwara and neighboring states since resumed extremisms in the north central and northwest. The lawyer was alleged to have supplied sophisticated weapons to 2 gangs, including one headed by his younger brother, linked to several kidnapping incidents in forest areas, while the foreigners were collaborated with local authorities in cross-border criminal activities. Then they also said that, like how recently we've been saying on TikTok, where people showcase terrorists, they showcase the money, the ransom money.
Make, yeah.
Yes, so they said the notorious suspect who went viral on TikTok for posting videos of ransom and brandishing firearms was also apprehended. The Nation had reported that the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, led a special mission to Kwara between late December and early February before his deployment to the Force Criminal Investigation Department, Annex Lagos, and subsequently appointed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the 23rd IGP. So they're saying that the precision airstrikes that they carried out was said to have been carried out in Gudu Forest and other terrorist den, forcing several members of criminal gangs to flee their camps. So I like how they are going on these people and their kids, because people kept wondering, like, how can people come on Instagram, TikTok,
to
showcase it, so that it shows that you can pinpoint when they're using phones.
You can
and
trace it.
Satellites. You can trace it. You know where they are. So I'm happy that they are really apprehending these people.
Okay, so I have the story where they said the president rolls out rollout of 100,000 CNG conversion kits. They said the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has directed the immediate deployment of about 100,000 compressed natural gas conversion kits across the country. He said this directive is part of the efforts by the federal government to reduce transportation costs and expand alternative energy options amid the rising price of petrol and diesel triggered by the ongoing United Israel war within Iran. And said the executive chairman of the Presidential Initiative on Compressed Natural Gas, that's Ismail Ahmad, he said that the president is keenly monitoring global developments and their impact on Nigeria's energy costs, particularly the effect of the Middle East conflict on fuel prices and transportation. So he said he ordered that 100,000 kits should be given. You know, a lot of people have been complaining that they don't even have where they are going to refuel these things. So now they are saying that they are going to start building all of this. My only problem is why do we always wait for situations like this to happen before we now start making alternatives?
Start reacting. We're not proactive.
Yeah, so that's just it. So
we don't think through. We don't plan.
Exactly. Well, thank God, Sha, he's doing
so
something about it.
So I have a story here. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, the ICPC, has secured the extension of the order to detain a former governor, Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, for another 14 days. Said the order was granted to enable the anti-graft agency enough time to conclude its investigation into allegations against the former governor, which has now widened. So the latest order, which was granted on Thursday in the presence of El-Rufai's lawyer, will lapse March 19. But his counsel, whose application to squash the first remand order was dismissed by a Chief Magistrate Court in Buhari, and has returned to the same court to nullify the latest order. So this investigation is still ongoing. You know, all the cases against him and all of that. So let's see how it goes. Let's move on now to the Punch. Major headline: PDP governors Wike camp move to open reconciliation talks. Dangote now supplies 92% of petrol as federal government pauses imports. Federal government weighs policy tweaks as Middle East war lingers. India, others reject Tinubu's envoy over tenure policy. Gombe deploys 700 forest guard recruits for training in Osun. CBN extends anti-money laundering compliance deadline for banks. Anxiety as patient goes missing after leaving Lagos hospital. And Lassa fever kills 99, cases near 2,000. What do we have in the Punch?
Okay, so this a 42-year-old man has gone missing. So his family members, his older brother, said that they took him to the hospital. That over the years he has suffered and struggled with alcoholism. So they took him to the hospital with his twin brother, and the hospital had said that before they start the rehabilitation process, that he has to undergo some medical tests.
Okay.
They said that this is not the first time that they've spent a lot of money on him to, get him through rehabilitation. But he fell back, and now they decided to try again. And that when they got to the hospital, he left them there to go purchase some drugs that they had required of him.
Okay.
By the time on his way back, he saw Kende's, the person that is missing, his name is Kende. He saw the twin brother on the road, on the street, and he asked him what's going on. And he said that the staff of the hospital chased them out. But when he got back to the hospital facility, they told him that it was a different story. They said that they were trying to sort out some files and some things. When they sneaked out of the hospital. And since then, they've not been able to find him. They've made reports, and they're looking for him. So I don't know whether the Kende himself has decided to be missing so that he can continue in his ways, or if something bad actually
in his ways
happens to him.
We'll continue in his ways. I have a story here. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery accounted for about 92% of Nigeria's daily petrol supply in February, as the federal government has paused the importation of premium motor spirits at what we know as petrol. So they said this came as filling stations on Tuesday retained petrol prices at about 102,000 naira per litre, despite a 100 naira reduction in the gantry price by the Dangote refinery. So multiple sources at the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority and among major fuel importing companies confirmed yesterday to the Punch that no licenses had been issued for fuel imports this year. According to the sources, they said the country does not need to import petrol now, as local refining can meet the country's daily fuel needs. It's correct that we've not issued import licenses this year. It's obvious that the local production has met national requirements, so there's no need for importation. This is a source at the NMDPRA who spoke to one of the correspondents in Punch, and he says the confidence is also due to the lack of authorization, to talk on the matter. So he says figures released in the February 2026 fact sheet show that local refineries supplied 36.5 million liters per day of petrol in February 2026, while imports contributed just 3 million liters per day. We've talked about the fact that Dangote can actually supply all of Nigeria's needs, but we still have issues of where the marketers want to keep importing, probably to make it cheaper and all of that. But we need to sort out this issue so that at least the fuel pricing that was reducing before will go back, yes, to the
then every other thing will start going up now.
Let's take a short break now. When we come back, the paper reviews continue. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Below 3-in-1 meal kit.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to East-Flash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Alpha. I know that.
I go shoot out for you.
You already know, guys. East-Flash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going. It's East-Flash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silenced,
even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade,
and the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
Now hope
they carry us.
Even when wahala they choke, we stand gidigba. Hope they waka with us for downfall.
They gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit in no fit scatter. Hope now that pikin where they read ABCD and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope now the mama where they fry akara, we see the reason say
tomorrow go soft for am.
Naija,
your freedom na promise.
Say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments, just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences. could be a disagreement
Two voices, two views, standing apart.
or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect,
Sound, are you ready?
and the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing the papers. And sit up by welcome. What happened today?
Car broke down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over here.
Okay, welcome. Welcome, eh? Okay, let me not say what I wanted to say because car broke down.
There wasn't traffic. Where is this? There's no
There was
traffic.
no
But there was traffic when I was coming.
Okay.
Sha.
So we're still
Okay,
reviewing
so
the
we
punch.
have
Are you
the so I have the story on Lassa fever, the picture of rats. I just remembered when I was I watched one this thing on Instagram where two rats. If you see the way they were fighting, if you see the fight, they came to went there to steal banana. When they fight, they were videoing them fighting, moving from one place. I said, look at these ones that are carrying Lassa fever up and down. See the way they are fighting here. When they finish, they now kill them. So they said no fewer than 99 Nigerians have died as a result of Lassa fever.
That was not what you were supposed to say. I mean,
it
was a different story.
It's a different story. They said no fewer than 99 Nigerians have died as a result of Lassa fever in the first 8 weeks of 2026, according to official data obtained from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention. They said the figures of suspected cases stand at 1,989 across 67 local government areas in 18 states of the Federation. They said some of these states, they mentioned some of the states. They said some of the states, 5 states, Bauchi, Ondo, Taraba, Edo, and Benue. They also said that the reason why this thing is happening is because some of them, there's a late presentation of the cases. There's also the case of poor health-seeking behaviors. So sometimes some of these patients, they know that they have Lassa fever, but they don't go to the hospital to get treated. And also, there's also poor environmental sanitation condition in high-burdened areas. Okay. So if we're able to keep our environment clean, it will at least reduce these cases as much as
So yes, I was really curious about the story on India rejecting the new ambassador, and other undisclosed countries as well. But India specifically has not accepted the ambassador designate. And they said it is due to the fact that they have a policy within their country not to accept ambassadors from countries that have less than 2 years left, because it means you come to our country and then maybe if your administration changes, that immediately after you would have to leave again. So that's the reason. India was supposed to get Ambassador Mohammed Dairu. He's been designated to serve there, but because of their policy that there's less than 2 years left in the administration of the current, in our current administration, they might not be accepted. And we don't know how many other countries have that same policy, which is why we should have appointed our ambassadors from the moment the new administration came into power.
Exactly. Okay, moving on now to the Daily Sun. Major headline, U.S. flags planned attacks on its facilities in Nigeria. Enugu Air gets AOC in record time, targets regional flights by year end. Price relief fades as Dangote cuts petrol by 100 naira. Appeal court judgments, PDP leaders weigh options. Police make breakthrough in hunt for killers of Ebonyi Monarch, arrest mastermind. Gumi accuses federal government of knowing terrorists. And Tinubu orders quick rollout of 100,000 CNG kits to ease fuel increase pressure. What do we have in the Daily Sun?
So the Ebonyi State Police Command has arrested the mastermind of the kidnap and murder of the traditional ruler of Fundufu Alike community, Ikwo local government area, His Royal Highness Francis Igwe. Ebonyi State Police Public Relations Officer SP Joshua Okando, in a statement, said the suspect, Mr. Nwazunku Stephen, was arrested in his hideout in Nkwo after sustained surveillance and intelligence-led operations. He said the suspect has since provided useful information to the police and is currently assisting the command in the ongoing investigation into the kidnap and murder. What had happened was that one of the suspects led the operatives to the operative of the command attached to the anti-kidnapping squad to his lair, and that was how a search was conducted the man was they found a lot of things, rifles, pump actions, locally made pistols, you know, ammunitions, cartridges, and then lots of assorted charms. Yes, and then later the main culprit was arrested.
Okay.
So I like the way they're following crimes these days, and you know,
back to back.
So that's good.
I have a story here. Enugu State's aviation ambition received a major boost on Tuesday as Enugu Air formally received this Air Operator Certificate, that's the AOC, from the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, clearing the airline to begin commercial flight operations. They said a milestone which industry observers described as one of the fastest certification process in Nigeria's aviation history is a critical step toward realizing Governor Peter Mba's vision of transforming Enugu into a major aviation and logistics hub serving West and Central Africa. So they presented the certificate at the NCAA headquarters in Abuja, and the Director General Chris Najomo described the development as historic achievements for the Nigerian aviation industry. He says it usually takes them a longer time, 15 to 24 months, to be able to get out this certification, but this was completed in way less than that, and so it's a thing for Enugu State to be happy about. Hopefully it will kickstart soon, and then they can start doing business with the airports.
Okay, yeah, so the CBN extending anti-money laundering compliance deadline, there was a signing into law of about the new baseline, a standard for automated anti-money laundering solution. So it means probably any transaction that falls within the anti-money laundering bandwidth would be automatically reported, as opposed to where you have to manually send it in. They had given a timeline before of 12 months. That's what was reported. However, the memo that was released on the 10th of March, which was yesterday, carried that deposit money banks, which are like the proper banks we have 18 months, while other financial institutions, maybe like the loan apps or microfinance banks, those ones, they have 24 months from the 10th of March to comply with the automated anti-money laundering solution. So we're expecting policies are good policies help to strengthen the system if properly complied with. So we're looking forward to how this will support the finance system.
Let's take. You have a story?
Yes, I have a story. I have the Gumi story where he claims that the Nigerian government is aware of the identities and locations of terrorists operating in the country. He said he said that the government even knows the terrorists by name and by location. He says that I don't go alone to negotiate. I go with the police, military, and other security agencies. That's what he's saying. And he said sometimes he goes with the emirs. In fact, that sometimes some women even follow him into the bush to go and meet these terrorists. And I wonder what they go there to go and discuss. So he's saying that he said for this, he has been widely, when he made all these stories, they said he has been widely criticized by Nigerians who describe his intervention as the tonic, pushing terrorists in their deadly attacks on security agencies and individuals. So I don't think he really has any...
I'm happy he spoke up, because we have a different perspective of the influence that Gumi has, but his video gives his own opinion that he's a good negotiator. So should he not negotiate and then not say a word?
Let me reserve my own opinion. Let's move on to the Nigerian Tribune.
And it's his own opinion.
Yes.
We have been hearing some speculation.
Yeah, let me reserve mine. So Nigerian Tribune, kidnapping, protests in Ondo and Oyo. Middle East crisis may trigger inflation, capital overflow, according to the federal government. Surging PMS price, federal government orders deployment of 100,000 CNG conversion kits nationwide. We've taken that. ASU Unilag begins strike over unpaid salaries. NAF offers drone support to INEC for 2027 election monitoring. A new injectable gel could help threats or supposed to be treats could help treat the road threats. Permanent voice loss, according to reports. And appeal court ruling, PDP factions hold tight to party. What stories have we not taken?
The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, University of Lagos Unilag branch, has declared an indefinite industrial action beginning today, which is Wednesday. The strike was declared on Tuesday by the leadership of the union at the branch, Prof. Kende, who is the chairman, and Prof. Additional secretary, shortly after the emergency congress held earlier in the day. The reason why this is going on, the strike has been declared, was for an alleged non-payment of their full salaries by the school authorities for the months of January and February. And according to the lecturers, they have said that amputated salaries to members across its two campuses, Akoka and Idiaraba, for the past 2 months, that is contrary to what is obtainable in other federal universities, and therefore they cannot and will not tolerate it. Please, when people work, pay them. The economy is extremely hard.
Things
are difficult. Please.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ladies. That's all we can take on the newspaper reviews. When we come back, we'll move on to the topics for today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right.
Big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So,
Good.
yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue?
Think fast, play smart, win big. We cash. The game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments. Just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement
Two voices, two views, standing apart.
or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect,
Sound, are you ready?
and the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
You guys, this was the gist about Irasta and Rema now.
You day wine. It's all over my FYP. But me, I don't know, Sha. Cause
Please,
fake blogs yakpa.
Listen.
And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new TV Entertainment WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for
No, no
But
cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them, oh. And that's on period.
Like I just aligned with them like last week, and they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment.
I low-key feel like an insider right now.
I know, right?
TVC be cooking.
Thanks for staying with us. Today on Your View, the federal government has launched a public consultation to gather opinions from Nigerians on possible measures to protect children online, including the introduction of age restrictions for social media platforms. As children spend more time online for learning, entertainment, and communication, concerns are also growing about how their exposure to harmful content and other risks in the digital space. The consultation is expected to guide policies that will help create a safe online environment for young people in Nigeria. What are your thoughts, ladies? You can join the conversation and call us on 02016-352013 or 09024163440 or tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. we've had these restrictions. I know there was a time one of these countries, is this South Korea? There was a time Australia had mentioned, there was a time we heard about South Korea as well, you know, putting all of these restrictions for especially children and minors. And we know that these things happen from time to time where we're trying to safeguard. And I know that even in the olden days, there was also a way we tried to, you know, protect children with all this parental control on the online platforms where they have to ask you for your age before you are able to log in. There are some accounts you cannot even open with when you are less than 18. We know some of these things happen. But in my head, does it really, really protect children? Or do these children, as smart as they are, find a way to go to those unregulated sites, even while we think we are protecting them? But let's hear your thoughts on the initial.
I believe that the government has a responsibility. The government has a responsibility to explore all options to protect their future, because to us as parents, these are our children. To the government, that is the succession plan. The succession plan for the government is that they secure the future. If your future, if you are a country and your future are not educating themselves, they are playing online, they are being negatively influenced and being programmed by social media, you have a concern. Countries think about the health of their future, or they think 20 years in the future and like, we're going to have plenty of diabetes, let us make sugary drinks expensive. We're going to have plenty heart issues, let us make energy drink unavailable. So that's the plan that's what the government is meant to do. And so I welcome the conversation that we're getting to have, and I hope the government actually not just talk to stakeholders, but talk to psychologists, because you can talk to people. Psychologists understand the impact these things tend to have long-term on children. You know, we're talking about depression. More people are having suicidal thoughts. People are being thrown into suicidal thoughts over little things because of what the pressure online. However, it's not a policy decision alone, because children, it's when I discovered my children were on Discord, and I wanted to enter the Discord and enter Roblox, and I realized that it was 18 plus. But yet, all our primary school children were playing all these games. They were in all the platforms. So I'm like, how are all of you
how did they
from
get
4?
In?
So that means from 4, you claim you were 13, and then now you are claiming you are 18. You know, and many of these parents are not aware. So it was in the next PTA. I was in the PTA for my children in primary school. I was like, I hope you all know, are your children playing this game? And they were like, yeah, I say, I hope you know that for them to play this game, they must be 13 and above. And all of us are in primary school, so they are not. So the children know a whole lot on how to boycott the system.
They do.
So it is important for us to realize that whatever you ban, people will then be more curious about it. They want to see what's there, which is why the most important stakeholders the government needs to work with, if they really want to secure the future, are psychologists, therapists, people that understand the doctors that understand how the mind works, because behavioral change is what we need, not ban or say don't go there. When you say they don't go, now there, their eye won't enter.
So for me, okay, so for me, I think it's a welcome development, long overdue. I always love it when the government, I like it that these are kind of policies that we should copy from the West and put in ours, because it's time for us to protect our children from the cyberspace, because now it has come, it's now part of us, but we are the ones responsible to make sure that this thing doesn't, you know, impact our children negatively. And I like the fact that government is part of, because we are responsible, we have to come together jointly to make sure that this thing works out. That's the government, teachers, parents, we all have to come together. I know how much, you know, because of all these, I know some kids who have been victims of cyberbullying, and you know, it was a very serious case. You know, you could just tell how harmful it was to them.
Yeah.
And you know, and then sometimes again, you know, it's when the government comes in to this kind of a thing, it just comes and it gives us one law that binds everybody will have to follow. Unlike, you know, sometimes when it comes from parents, and some parents will do this, because, you know, now these are parenting, everybody has different formulas.
Different styles.
This one we do this one we do this other one, you know, it's all different. So it's good. So it's good that the government is coming in. So at least the government will put a policy that everybody, teachers, everybody will have to follow. Yeah. So you see, like for example, like there are some schools some boarding schools, for example, they allow their kids to go to school with phones, while some they don't. They'll tell you that maybe during they have call days. Those call days, you can use the phone to call. I've heard from some parents who have said that no, they don't want their children to use the general phone, that they have their own phone, so they should use their own phone to call when it's time to call, because they don't want their kids to follow the queue, you know, and that kind of a thing. So once they have their phone, they go into different apps and all, you know, that at that particular point in time. And then when my kids come back to school, they'll start telling me, they'll now put pressure on me and start telling me, Mommy, I need to have my own phone, I need to have my own phone. So but if government comes out and says no phone, no this, no that, everybody rest to keep their phones.
So I agree with both of them, and you know, especially what Tiemu had said. You know, banning or restricting the use of social media, it's great. But for me, I even believe that they shouldn't ban it totally, and that before they even allow you get on any social media space, you should have a mental and psychological evaluation. Yes, before I'm not joking. The craziness before you're allowed to even come on social media, so that if they see your name and you don't have your number, that you've been evaluated, criminal offense. Because it's not to say that we are restricting or banning social media, because we want our children to be able to navigate these digital spaces in a safe way and to be able to compete on international platforms, because we're in the age of AI and it's not going away. Tech is not going anywhere anytime soon, right? So it's all about parenting properly and being more involved as parents, because I was with a private school owner, and she was lamenting to me how parents are no longer parenting. And then they're leaving it up to the teachers. And then even when the teachers try to parent, the parents still are a blockade to them, because they're constantly fighting them. They're not giving them the support that they need to parent. So if there will be more parental involvement in actually training these kids and in knowing what your children are, taking responsibility and accountability of what your kids are up to, that will really go a long way. Do you understand? To help curb these things. And then the government, the restriction should be on the type of content that is allowed in Nigeria online. If we can restrict, digital space has to be protected. Because whether we like it or not, like Tiemu has said, these kids have a way of navigating the age restrictions or whatever. They find their way to get there. So, but the thing is that when they now get there, what are they seeing? What are they consuming? It's now a responsibility to ensure that what they have access to and what they are consuming is healthy, educational, and is something that can help them. So I think that we're going, instead of going from from the bottom upwards, I think we need to face this from adulthood down. Because we as adults need to take responsibility of what we put out there. Our conversations, our venting, our angers, how we handle issues, the trolling, the cyberbullying. We should take responsibility of what we're putting out there that the younger generation feed off of.
I love that.
I love what you just said, but we're going to take it in layers. So you had mentioned, Etope had mentioned behavioral change. And I feel that the tech companies have an idea of how they wanted to make money from their business. Everybody that starts a business, want to make money. And they know that those people are very smart in the sense that they use even neuroscience as they are constructing and designing their digital platforms and all of that. And they know that the most people likely to get addicted are the younger ones. They are the ones that will drive the market to them. If you check many of these crazy posts that they make, how many adults, I know we have very foolish adults that go there and waste their time, but how many adults really are the ones who troll and feel all of those things? How many responsible people really are the ones there? It's our kids that are there, our teenagers, our young people who are supposed to be focusing on education and finding businesses that would, sort of help their lives, are the ones there who the tech companies with their sinister motive have targeted. Now, how do we work hand in hand with those tech companies to understand that all these things you want to do is okay, all the money you want to make is okay, but you see our young people, exclude them from it? Because it's one thing to have policy as a country. It's another thing to enforce the policy as a country. It's also another thing to get the tech companies to understand that when you're coming to a space like Nigeria, this and this and this is not accepted. Do you think we are there?
Consumer protection. It's all about consumer protection. Every country should have policies that protect the consumers. Whether tech, whether food, whatever it is that you're bringing on the table, we are the consumers. The children are the consumers. So what are the policies that should be enforced to protect us? That is just all about consumer protection. what is allowed in your country. You cannot go to North Korea, for example, no matter what the world is saying about them, and put out certain things or do certain things. I think, you know, we keep talking about liberalism, freedom of access, freedom of speech, freedom of whatever. But then there has to be restrictions to all these freedoms. Someone has to put a check on all this. If not, everybody's going to go wild and go mad.
Amazing. We'll take a short break here. When we come back, we continue the conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to Splash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Alpha. I know that.
I go shoot out for you.
You already know, guys. Splash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's Splash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silenced.
Even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith.
believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth, unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices
refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
Now hope.
they carry us.
Even when wahala dey choke, we stand gidigba. Hope dey waka with us for downfall.
It dey gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit e no fit scatter. Hope na that pikin wey dey read ABCD and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope na the mama wey dey fry akara wey see the reason say tomorrow.
Welcome back. We're still discussing this restriction for minors when it comes to the use of social media. And I wanted to add to the question you're about to answer, which is, can we realistically enforce this restriction without sort of surveillance on our data privacy as a country and as citizens? Because we also have a right to protect our privacy. Let me give an example. When you have to go on a page and you have to check whether you are 18 or not, there are certain things you have to impute, which we already do in many other platforms. But for this one, you have to add your age, you have to maybe your address or something, and then you now say whether you are up to 18 or not. And that exposes our data, to, these companies. Do you think we can do this, restrict this in such a way that our data is not exposed? Do you think it's possible, Tokwe?
Regulations. Every country, every business has its own agenda, and the agenda is to profit themselves. The country has an agenda to profit itself while protecting the citizen. So if that agenda is clear, you will protect. I watched an analysis of soda, a particular orangey soda drink. I won't mention the name, and how the color is different from Nigeria to UK to Germany.
The sweetness,
like
too.
The color is different. The percentage of coloring accepted. Some countries said you cannot put any form of coloring in the orange drink. If you want to flavor it, there must be percentage of orange inside it. Some of us in our own country, it's just sugar, color, and water we are drinking. Why? Because policy framework have not been put in place to protect the citizens from being abused and poisoned
by these companies.
By the companies.
Okay.
So we went to China and all of us were struggling. VPN here, this one, for you to use basic apps that we use here. They created a system that curtails what is accepted within their own country. The great Apple phone had to switch their charging point from Lightning. Apple always wanted to be different. Why? EU said if you don't change it to Type-C, you are not going to be in our country. So the EU made a global company change a function on the phone to make it acceptable in their country. We are not ready. When we are ready, we can make a significant change for our own next generation. It would involve a level of readiness that you need to have liver to be that ready. But if you are still a country that is still expecting donations, you need help for security, you need donations for your vaccine, you are collecting help from everybody, you really cannot talk.
And they may get anyhow.
You really cannot talk. So you take what they give you because those so you think Microsoft we will attack Microsoft or say no to Microsoft when we gave Bill Gates award and Bill Gates is the one helping us to fight polio? You can see that we're not really.
And we have a large market here. We have a large market here. If we can stand.
If you look at it very well.
Generally, all of us we need help. That's just the truth. So we can't even start talking about the tech giants out there. But the truth is that the government should just make sure that the relevant stakeholders are there to help them, guide them on the particular how they are going to bring out these policies that will favor everyone. So they should make sure that they have parents on board, they have teachers on board, they have the relevant people on board so that it can help them. Because you see, this one target this thing is that they should look out if in a business. Yes, just like you rightly said, everybody is in a business, they are trying to do for money and everything. But there is a certain a business that targets a certain audience. So that particular audience, you can formulate policies on ways on how they can, maneuver them, move around that particular audience. And we know that most of our youth, they are always in one particular one. That particular, there's an app that they're always on. That particular app, we should sit down and look at how does it benefit them? What values do they learn from there? So from there, they can now put regulations. They can't do that. Even as much as I know that there's that space, we need it, we need to learn.
But do you think our democracy would allow us to make this sort of policy? Because we understand that they say there's democracy is the government of the people, for the people, and all the people involved, right? And we know that we are different. You have established that in your first analogy that parenting these days is different. Tokwe feels like I will not shout on my kids. Amaka feels that Piabuo the kids. Ramatu feels like no, we just have to have a conversation and find a way around it. And some parents will tell you it doesn't matter. They can be exposed to social media. It's okay. They will find their way. And maybe my kids want to be influencers and all of that. Do you think that we can come to an agreement? And in spite of the fact that we have a democracy, come to the realization, because many of these countries somehow don't really have a democracy. The government can put this order and say this is what is obtainable here, and everybody flows in line. But we are not that culture. We like to tell ourselves that we are operating democracy. With that in view, do you think we can all agree to protect our children in this way?
So first of all, I think that you can correct me if I'm wrong, that most parents still need to be parented. Most parents need to be parented. That's one. Secondly, not everybody should be parents. But the fact that you're capable of making babies doesn't mean that you're a good parent, right? Sure. And you cannot pour from an empty cup. You can only give from what you know. Most people didn't come from certain kind of stable families, environments, or have the education, and exposure to can mold them and so. But like I always say, we all know the difference between right and wrong, and whatever privileges or non-privileges that you had, or whatever it is that your lot in life that God gave to you, it's all a matter of choice for you to learn and unlearn and relearn at every point in time. We know the difference between right and wrong. You know what is good and what is wrong. The problem is that we're not contented people as Nigerians, as Africans. Greed or jukokoro. We're constantly looking at another person's grass instead of watering our grass. And because we have that problem, right? We don't sit on our value. We don't have standards and values and then we stand strong or sit strong on those values, we are easily swayed by what is parenting, what's going on here, which school is more expensive. We are by meaningless nonsense. And then so sometimes when I sit amongst people, some adults, and I listen to them talk, I know that I have no business being like, you can't be my friend. Like, you understand? And then if by mistake or perchance you become my friend, it will only take a while. And then I'll unfriend you because I know you're empty, right? So why am I saying this? Because some parents still need to be parented. It's not the duty of the government. And who is the government? The government is not ghost, though. Remember, the government is people, and some of the people in the government still need to be parented. Fortunately and unfortunately, that's the reality of life. So that's why everybody has to speak up, and that's why we need to make rules and regulations and laws and policies that guide us, that we can enforce and we can follow through. And the same parents follow through. So at the end of the day, the buck falls back on parents. You're the one that you said you were talking about children here, meaning that the child is living under your roof. They cannot, they're not working, they cannot make any money to buy gadgets or anything, or to pay for those gadgets.
You have control.
You have control. Enforce that control.
We have a caller on the line. I'm Austin from Abuja. Austin, are you there?
You're listening to the TV. People don't hear what.
Austin, you're listening to the TV. Just listen to the phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I am on the opinion that the FG must regulate the view age of social media and restrict activities. Okay. Okay. Hello?
We can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I am of the opinion that the FG must regulate the activities in the social media, even regulate the age. Because most times we feel that we hide under the umbrella of this human rights. We must understand that human rights is not absolute. Where you are right, stop. That is where another person's right begins. And you come to social media, you see somebody tag somebody obituary, RYP, all those kind of stuff. You know that what you're parading on the social media is not true, and you are bent up parading that falsehood. And people run with what that falsehood they hear. So, social media, the government will have to come in and regulate it, because the way we are going, social media, the aim is good, but the way we are going about it, it may not give us what we want, because it's causing more damage than good in Nigeria. And that is my opinion.
Thank you so much, Austin.
Yeah, so children should be allowed to be children, actually, because you see this social media. I remember there was a case I handled of 14-year-old kids. One girl was dragging another 14 years. There's a guy involved. This one, me, I like the guy. You snatched my guy at 14. I was like, you people have it. You have time. Just stay, be children. Enjoy being a child. And they were on this thing on that particular app, dragging each other. This one, they now had formed ally. Each of them formed ally. These ones were supporting. They will now post, repost. You could tell that this is a group, this is another group. It became cyberbullying. Wow. They were bullying one of their friends, and I had to come in. I had to make sure that those pages were brought down. You could imagine the effort. I started calling mothers. I'll call this person's mother, call this person's mother, call this person's mother. Please help me delete this post from your child's this thing. Delete this, because the internet doesn't forget. They will bring out your posts after how many years and they won't remember that you were 14 when you were not just you're not matured enough to be able to. So children are not matured enough to see certain contents, and they are not even supposed to be in certain
we have to see for them.
So
we have to act for them. As long as they're still children, they are under our care, and we have to do what we have to do. When we're growing up, we had opportunities to play outside.
They can't play outside anymore.
To run tires, to cook with the sand. All this cooking that I know how to cook today, I cook sand, cook sand. As in, it was just so much. But now we don't have that. Every child you see has a gadget. They are watching something, and all of that. But we have to go. What I've gotten from this conversation is the fact that adults need to take responsibility, even as government takes responsibility. So on the side of the government, that policy is very much needed. We need it now. Whether you're a democratic parent or authoritarian parent, we don't care. We need a form of policy to say this is what is accepted in our country, and that conversation has to be had with the tech companies that are coming into this country. Also, we need to pay attention to what we are modeling, because sometimes all the misbehavior we see on social media is even adults that are doing it. So when you model that as an adult and a child is copying you
and they 10x it,
thank you. Of course, they will 10x it. They know they have the capacity to do double, and then you go back and you're complaining. But let's look at ourselves. What are we putting out there for them to see and model after? And government, I like what this conversation is about. Our children need to be our priority. They are the future leaders, like we like to call them. But we need to really pay attention to where they are going. That's all we can take on this topic. When we come back, we'll move on to another topic for today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Now hope
They carry us.
even when wahala they choke, we stand gidigba. Hope they waka with us for downfall.
They gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit in no fit scatter. Hope na that pikin where they read ABCD and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope na the mama where they fry akara, we see the reason say
Tomorrow go soft for am.
Naija,
your freedom na promise.
say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments, just quick questions, quick moves, and we cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement
Two voices, two views, standing apart.
or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect,
Sound, are you ready?
and the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
You guys, this was just about Irasta and Grandma now. You day wine. It's all over my FYP, but me I don't know, Sha. Cause fake logs yakpa. And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for
No cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them, oh, and that's on periods.
Like I just aligned with them like last week, and almost they've been doing too. But
Facts. I love how it's straight.
Thanks for staying with us. As part of our International Women's Week, Adeyemi Omobolanle, General Manager of Deal Clinchers Homes Limited and Chief Operating Officer of Devest Cooperative Limited, joins us to share her journey from banking and hospitality into Nigeria's real estate and cooperative finance sectors. Known for her people-centered leadership, versatility and strategic vision, she will discuss opportunities for women in real estate, the importance of continuous learning, and how diverse experiences can shape effective leadership. Beyond her corporate accomplishments, she thrives as a baker, hairstylist, and creative entrepreneur. reflecting a passion for self-improvement and innovation. Welcome to the show, ma.
Thank you, ma.
Am I calling you ma now? Yeah, CC now. Welcome to the show, CC. You can join the conversation and call us on 090-2416-3440 and tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. You are a loaded woman. And, you know, in celebration of International Women's Day, we are spotlighting women who are trailblazers in their different fields of endeavor. And, you know, you come in here today with your CV, just the little that we have seen, you are really, really loaded. So start from the beginning of your journey. Did you know at any point in time while you were growing up that you were going to be this much? You were going to shine your light so bright in the different things that you're doing? Or was it something that you had to grow into as you were, you know, coming up?
Well, actually, you know, when we're all young, you might not even think or know what you want to do at times. But it depends on how you carry yourself and then how you keep going and all that you keep doing and all that you keep achieving intentionally and all that will help you to actually now get to where you actually want to be. Because some of us, we might not even be where we want to be. Then we might be saying, I want to be a professor, I want to be a doctor, I want to be this and that. And at the end of the day, now, ask a lot of women, they might not even be doing those things they actually said they wanted to do. But as they walk the path in life, they find themselves and they discover themselves and discover that, okay, let me go this way, let me go this route with the help of God and then directives and all that.
You're able to get it.
That's great. That's amazing.
That's beautiful.
So I saw a lot of things that was mentioned. You know, congrats. Strong woman. But one thing caught my attention, Sha. The bakery, the baker. You know, it's easy for someone to say, I'm a great baker. I'm a good baker. I'm number one. But if we don't taste it now, how will we know? How will we know? How will we know? Before you bring them, then we taste. Make sure say this one are true. That's great. So what do you do to unwind in terms of like with all these achievements and stuff? What do you do this day where someone has to be, a woman has to be so many things, has to wear so many hats? How do you unwind?
Okay, I'm this kind of a person that is family person. So most times I spend time with my children. Because of that, I intentionally did not put them on school bus. Because I want to take them to school, I want to bring them back. So I gist with them, we talk, we sit down and watch TV, and we discuss about different things. I teach them Bible. Then when it's time to go out, we all go out. Mommy, please, we want to buy this, let's go and shop. I'll take them out. Then my husband too, when he's around, he takes us out. We have family movie night.
So it's just family, Sha?
Yes,
that's family person.
Yes,
you
bake
for them.
Yes, I bake for them. I taught them how to bake and all that.
But I want to ask you this question. From finance to baking, do you feel it was a good decision? Was it a sacrifice? Did you feel like a step down when you left corporate work and then you were now doing this entrepreneurial journey? What made you make that decision?
Well, actually, I think when I left the last bank I was, and then I was at home, and then I was like, oh, what can I do again? That is, I still want to.
Was it because of the children you left the bank?
To the table? No, I even left the bank, I think when I was pregnant for my first child. That was when I left. Then we relocated. So I was trying to do transfer and all that, but at the point I just gave up and I was like, okay, let me just do something different. So just came to me that, okay, let me learn how to bake. And then I reached out to a friend, she taught me how to bake, and then I started baking, doing snacks. Then I went to US and I went to Wilton school and I did that. So when I got back, I started baking. Then I got a job with one a private jet company, that's all these chartered flights. So I worked with them as the baker and the caterer for some years. So it wasn't so I didn't actually feel it that I left the banking job, because there I was making money. And so I was making money and I was doing something that I love to do, because I love cooking. I've been cooking like when I was 8 years old. So I lived with my grandmother. She was a chef in
I think grandma's always letting
yeah, same here.
She's actually a chef then, what's it called, FRCN.
Oh.
So I lived with her, so she taught me how to cook. If I cook soup and it's not so like, you know, all those grandmas, she just remove one spoon from the soup. She don't want to land on you. So I had to learn that, and then, so I actually didn't feel it much.
Wow. Okay. I'm admiring you here. You're a real business person. Honestly.
Thank you, ma.
I saw in your bio, I saw hairstylist. Inside though, hairstylist.
Please, when did
so
you
please,
enter
how
that?
are you managing all these businesses and the revenue generated? How are you? I just want to know how you are.
Actually, it was God, and it has been God, and it's still God.
Okay.
So when we moved to Abuja, from Abuja to Lagos, so I stopped working with the chartered flight company. So I continued baking and all that. So I felt like, oh, I think I needed to do something more and then to have more. So you understand. So I looked at what can I do. So then I now saw Air on Instagram, and I was like, I think I like this, and then I went into it. So I actually even went to school to learn how to sell, to identify good air from bad air, learn how to wig it. That's both hand wigging and machine. Then revamping and coloring of hair, then how to import from Vietnam and China and all that.
So honestly, from everything you've said, you obviously you don't jump into an industry without learning about it.
Yes,
that
I'm always
because when she said about Vicky, said I went to the school,
be,
I went to the US, I learned everything. She did it, I went to learn. How do you rate the importance of training and learning before going into any field?
Yes, it's actually very important, because you don't just jump into what you don't know. You get your fingers burnt, and then especially when you are dealing with people and you just know more than you. Some people say we even know, yes, like she said, and you just discover that you are talking about your field and they are teaching you. You feel bad about it. It can be so embarrassing.
Let's talk about real estate, because I know you play majorly in that space. How did you get into real estate? How has it been for you, being one? If we have to mention, you know, one of the real estate companies in Nigeria, we'll mention yours. How has the journey been, seeing that a lot of people are also playing in that field of real estate today?
Yes, I think the journey has been God. And then the visionary Dr. Adeyemi has been trying his best with the help of God.
No, please, that person you called now, call him well now.
Okay.
Call him well. Who is it or you? Is it your cousin?
Oh, no, not my cousin, my husband. That's my mentor in real estate. Because even before I entered real estate, he has always been telling me, at times I'll be like, I have my own thing. This one that you are telling me about real estate, this will be like, better come and join us. There's money in real estate. See, there was a time we bought a land, and before you knew it, maybe like a month, and the thing has appreciated. I said, is it like that? I said, oh, sit down there. The only real business that I know is real estate. See all these ones you are just say, please let me be doing my own thing. This one is women thing. So let me be doing, you be doing your real estate main thing. So let me be doing my own. But it got to a point that when he's now on his own, and then there is a need for me to come in, to step in, and to then claim ownership and then support in the growth of the business. They have a consulting company from United Kingdom that reached out to me. I'm like, Bola, don't you think you are the one we need in this post? I said, what's that? I don't want to do.
You didn't want to do. You really didn't want to do real estate at all.
So she was like, they convinced me. I said, I don't know anything about that and all that. She was like, no, we are going to take you through the school. I was actually trained.
The school again.
No, she likes school. But that's the key to success.
Yes, that's the key. You have to learn. I can't just go there to go and say, okay, because they wanted to bring me in for the acting GM. So I can't go there to go and lead people without knowing something. I have to be able to know something. When they come to me, I should be able to help them to solve problems and then issues, and be able to lead the organization. Because when you're a GM, you have to work with everybody. You're everybody's servant.
You're the manager
in the company. So you must know a little about every department. So I was taught, I was trained, and then
you started.
Okay, so between hairstylist and the baking industry, which one will you advise people to go into? which one brings in money. Because you know me, I coach people in business, and if somebody comes and tells me, gives me that option, I should be able to tell the person this one based on your experience. So which one do you think?
Okay,
Very well.
baking takes process more than hair. You can sell hair without knowing how to rig it, or know how to style it, or know how to color it. Once you buy, you can give that. A lot of stylists out there that you can
will
give
do
it
it
to.
for you.
But you can't bake cake without knowing how to bake. You cannot go and bake gari for somebody.
Process.
Bake gari.
You cannot bake gari, and you cannot decorate a cake that a child will see and run away and be crying. You understand that kind of a thing. So you tend to make money quicker in hair. Because I remember when I started hair business, I didn't tell my husband. I said, I just wanted to do this secret. I want to see how it's going to work.
First.
Yes. So I started selling, I started making money. I didn't tell him. So one day I wanted to pay school fees, and I said, you know what, just pay and let me buy the books. He was like,
where did you see money?
I said, sit down there. Better you want, I be you don't want. I'll carry my money. You say, yeah, pay. So when he paid, I told him what I'm now doing, what I added. He said, yeah, we've been sitting here in this house, but I didn't know pay attention. So like that, you can actually make money quicker in hair.
Let me come to Amaka.
Okay, so I can see that you're very knowledgeable in everything that you do, in every sector that you've been part of. And following the International Women's Day 2026 theme, which is Give to Gain. So how do you give back to other women to empower them so that we can continue to multiply, and continue to empower one another?
Yes. So remember I said I always get to go to school to get trained and all that. So I've actually trained people too.
Okay.
I've actually trained. I some paid and I did some for free. I teach them for free. There's even somebody that reached out to me like last week that she has this NGO that she trains women. She talks to them about business, teaches them that how much do I think I can take. I said, you're giving back to the society. Don't worry, I'm going to do it for free. Okay. So she was happy, and I said, so just send them to me, and then we'll arrange how to do the class. And then, because I believe one thing, that when you train one person, it's going to expand. It's going to go further than you even think. And that's how you give to gain.
Let's take a short break here. When we come back, we'll continue this conversation with Adeyemi Omobolanle. Stay with us.
Stay tuned.
No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment. I low-key feel like an insider right now. I know, right?
TVC be cooking.
Real talk. It's like Gist Express, premium gist on cruise mode. Always first, always next. Clock it. Clock it. You know what, guys? I just joined.
Active.
Jess is right. What you're trying to say to you is, for your premium entertainment content, scan the QR code on your screen right now to join the TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to E-Splash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Alpha. I know that.
I go shoot out for you.
You know, guys, E-Splash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's E-Splash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silent.
Even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing
In rain and harvest, hope is the youth, unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us. Millions of voices
refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
It's still Women We Love, and we're enjoying ourselves with our guests. Stop where you're ready.
Yes, so I wanted to ask you, you were talking about a lot of women, we tend to become we are qualified, BC and I don't know for this too, but as per coaches, but we end up being coaches to everybody. When they have issues, they come and meet us. We train and all of that.
It, yeah.
But you mentioned something that struck me, which is that you started this business. You did not go and ask for permission. You wanted to make it, see if it would work.
First.
Because there are many women that the biggest challenge is they are he's not supporting me. He did not encourage me. So I want to understand what gave you the liver to say you will start doing a business inside the house of your husband. And then you now start making money under the nose of your husband.
Hello.
So that other women that are watching now who feel like, oh, this my husband is not, maybe he's not supporting me. How you take do and wait, you don't know until you now brought out Bemu.
What you put for your stew?
Actually, I was just like, I started a business with nothing. I started with drop shipping.
Yeah,
so I was posting and then. So I was selling immediately. So it wasn't coming inside the house. So I could do it like that. And then before you knew it, I started saving up what I was making from it and all that. So I believe as a woman, if you want to achieve something, it first starts from you. You have to be determined that I want to be this. I want to make it. I don't just want to be a liability. I want to bring something to the table. And then that's how you will actually then sit down. Look at it, that what can I do best? What is it I can actually do? Even if you don't want to do something that will even take your time or that your husband will complain about, there are a lot of little things that you can do. There was a time I learned how to import oil perfume from Dubai and France. Yes, and that one I bring it. And
we went together. We even went to
Dubai. Yeah, we went to that place together.
She was only bringing it in. So when I go to Dubai in 2021, she was like, let me go and see this place. Myself, I bought canisters. It was true. She's a business person. Every way to make money.
So you like that, and then even real estate, you can even actually do that. So you can market people on your phone, those are
use that to raise capital.
Use that to raise capital. You get paid commission. Because in Duke Lectures, once you sell, within 24 hours, you pay your commission. You have that too.
So I'm coming to join you, so I market and I make money. I need to make plenty money.
That's how it is in real estate. If you even bring in somebody, you get paid for bringing in somebody that even sell. Yes, so there are a lot of business that you can actually do. All you need to do is to just find out. And you can't find out just sitting down there waiting for your husband to come and tell you. If he doesn't want to work, there are ways you can talk to him prayerfully to let you do something.
You know what I hear from you, because I started my hair business the same way too, right? With drop shipping. I didn't have the resources. I had done one business. At the time, dollar now fell. Dollar increased. How did they talk up? Then we're buying dollar for like 160. So my goods were stuck, and I just found a way to sell off those ones. So by the time I wanted to enter hair, I knew that if I had met him, the yabbing I will collect. Madam, you started again. So I had to go by myself. Do it by myself. And what I hear now is readiness. You yourself need to be ready. So when I now went to him, I came with my strong reasons. I presented it before him and I said, this and this and this is what I've sold. this and this and this is what I've made. He looked at me and was like, really?
It actually happened to me too. Because at the point I had to convince him that at this, so do you know that it actually gave me money, not in naira, in dollars. I was like, oh Jesus, so this can work. No, I must put my energy. So I now put my energy. I was like,
so we shouldn't wait for somebody to give us a go ahead to sign off. We can move when you are really ready, and God will find a way to convince your husband to let you do it, Abi. Okay, I got it. He's ready to go.
Okay, so business and marriage, can you tell us how you are doing?
Because you are doing work with your husband.
Yes.
How is he working?
How are you doing it?
Oh, I must say that working with that, my husband. Oh. You know when you work with, when you have a workaholic boss, it's very stressful, but at times, when I give him the sign, he will just give me space. And
now calm down.
Yes, okay, you are in the same office. You have the same office, then you have a different office.
Yes, I have a different office.
How do you give him the sign?
I will just call you.
I will just and he's asking me. I'll just
sometimes I don't go into his office and go and collect hug.
This one.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
You know what it actually is that I'm a early bed is someone that sleeps later. So most times I go to work early, I resume with the devotion and everything. So by the time I'm leaving, that's when he's coming. Because we have it at the back of our mind that somebody, one of us must be in the office, especially in the head office, and one of us must be around. So most times you're not always together in the office at the same time. Once in a while we're there.
Opportunity.
Okay, so working together, it shows that he is also transparent with the finances, right? Yes. And then you, as the wife and as the woman in the home, knows the finances, knows what's coming in, you know, so that you can also determine what gets spent, what doesn't get spent, how you invest the money, and you know the future. You feel more. Does that make you feel more secured as a woman and as a wife in the home, having the opportunity to know everything in terms of finances for the home?
Yes, it helps me to feel more secured, and then it gives me the consciousness that I need to take it easy because we are dealing with people's money. Unlike if I don't even know, I can say, I want to buy something, I want to buy 1.2 million, I want to buy this. But because I know that this money we have is for investors, is for clients, and then we shouldn't spend it anyhow. So I will be the one to advise. If you want to do a project and it says, let's put this to someone, no, you know that
that's where your accounting background comes in.
I'll say that you know that we have our diverse clients that are getting paid out this month. So let us calculate first. But like before, me I do not know now, so I can see that you are making money. Please, Oga, bring something. You understand that kind of thing. But because I am involved, so I'm able to know how to work around it.
Wow. Very, very interesting. I like the fact that two of you are working together, and you have mentioned God like 15 times. I've been counting. I've been counting. So, what is the place of God in running a flourishing business and having a successful home?
Like some people will say that even business is war, and then business is spiritual. So whatever you are using, you have to use it to get your business done, and then whatever you are using, you have to use it in your home too. It depends on whatever you want to give to your children. If you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, whatever background you have, and then you want your children to learn. It's like when I was going on, my grandmother would say, that from childhood is when Muslim has been teaching their children to go to Ulekeu and all that. So, and then even in church, we have children's church and all that. So you have to be able to know that, this is what I want, this is how I want to do, this is what works for me. I know that if I put God first in everything I do, it always works. And then once you know that it works for you, you wouldn't want to go and do any other thing. You will want to put him first, so that you can get that thing achieved. And I've never even feel, I don't think I've ever been disappointed, because once I say, okay, Lord, this is what I want to do, just if I want a sign, I'll ask.
For that. But have you had business challenges, you know, in the different businesses that you've done? How were you able to overcome it? Was it just prayer, or you heard that you had to do some things to help you overcome those challenges? How has it been for you?
Yes, I've had challenges. Like when I started hair business, I was telling before I even did the training, I bought one and it was not good.
Good, yeah.
And I was like, God, but I actually consulted you before I started. Why did you let me go and do this? And told me you didn't learn about it. You were supposed to know what you were supposed to, what you wanted to buy before you do that. And then I tell you, since I now went for that school and that, it has really helped. It helped me to be careful, and when I want to do anything, I'm always cautious of the fact that if I get stopped, let me just ask God for it.
You get clarity.
Yes, once we go to Him, He's always available. It's we that we don't use Him the way we are supposed to.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much, Adeyemi Omobolanle, for joining us for this wonderful discussion today. We wish you all the best in your many businesses, and please, that's your baking. You have to send something so that we taste and be sure that you are good, that the school, that the Lord is good as well. And thank you so much, ladies, for your contributions. That's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, we'll move on to the final topic for today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right.
Hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silent.
Even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices
refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
Now hope
they carry us.
Even when wahala they choke, we stand gidigba.
Hope they waka with us for downfall.
They gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit no fit scatter. Hope na that pikin where they read ABCD and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope na the mama where they fry akara, we see the reason say tomorrow go soft for her.
Naija,
your freedom na promise.
Say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We cash. The game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments. Just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Thanks for staying with us. Following the tragic death of a young lady linked to a Brazilian butt lift, that's the BBL, a media personality warned, men are literally the cause of this BBL pandemic currently happening all over the world, especially in Nigeria. They literally worship Big Bomb, pressuring our young ladies to go do body modification. This morning, we examined the deadly consequences of beauty pressure and who is responsible. So ladies, is it true that if there's no buyer, there won't be a seller? What are your thoughts on this comment? You can join the conversation and call us on 02016352013 or 09024163440. Tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. If there was no buyer, will we have a seller? Will we have a business?
Since you asked me a question, this beautiful suit you are wearing, is it because you want a man to admire you?
Of course not.
Exactly. I know for all of us as ladies here, we are dressing consciously, looking good, not with the intention of this. I want somebody to see me. So I don't like the labeling that the social media commentator put on it. It's not everything that a woman is doing because they want the man's attention. In most cases, I don't even believe a man's compliment. I know that I know you are looking for something, so I don't believe it. When a woman says I'm looking good, oh God, that compliment feels like it came from 100 men from just one woman. So the real issue isn't being addressed with this conversation. Our heart goes out to the family of the. They said 2 people died actually. One died on the 6th, another person said that on the 7th. You know, 2 people died based on these health complications around those surgeries. So being sensitive to them, let's discuss the complex nature of human beings and women, and how our self-esteem affects us in many areas that unconsciously we are tempted to do things that we know might be harmful for us. So every surgery is a risk. Every surgery. My husband and I had an argument on this thing. They say, yeah, they went to go and do surgery. I said, if I did not mention surgery and I say somebody died, the person died. Whether he died from BBL surgery, or died from heart surgery, or died from toe surgery, the person died from surgery. Was there medical negligence, malpractice going on there? That's what we should talk about. Let's not turn this argument into a conversation around BBL or not. Because really, BBL done well is not what is killing people. It is the people doing it when they don't have the proper health check ahead of doing it, or they do it in quack places, or the facility, the hospital made mistakes with it. But when we focus on why are they doing BBL, we now shame a victim who probably went into BBL because she's already feeling a whole lot uncomfortable with herself where she is. So there are different issues going on here, and to say it's because of men is belittling the issue. To say it is because it's BBL is belittling the issue. We should, and that's the kind of conversation we have on this show. We don't talk small surface issues. We go deep into the crux. So I feel that it is not for men. It is for how we want to feel about ourselves. And I'm just going to continue to appeal to women. Yes, if you want to do so, I cannot stop from doing surgery, it's your body. But ensure that you don't put your body in the hands of someone that has a track record of medical negligence or malpractice. If they tell you wait before you do the surgery, I know somebody that went ahead to do surgery, and she was told she did it a year after she wanted to do it, because they told her that you don't have enough blood, you don't have this one, go on this diet, you need to do this before you can do the surgery. And now she's 2 years after, she's very, very okay. So it means that there is a process before you do it. So if you want to do it, I'm not going to sit here and say don't do, because at the end of the day.
Hold on, Amaka. By adding to that, I've heard of issues where you go in and then they tell you do not have enough fat.
Yes, I've heard
go
that
and
one too.
add weight and come back. And then they check your vitals and tell you, okay, you are not healthy enough to do this. The person will leave and go to another place where they are not checking because they are desperate to do it. Those are some of the issues that we need to talk about. Amaka, let me hear.
Okay, so there are various issues on ground, but first of all, I want to say my sincere condolence to the families, of the deceased. But then, what are beauty standards, and who defines beauty standards for us as women? And we need to understand that beauty standards are shaped by different forces, whether it's social media, whether it's our environment, how we are raised, as Africans, in different parts of Africa, we have different types of skin tones, we have different types of body shape and stuff, right? And I want to believe that if men of a particular ethnic group are already used to a type of shape, that for them that's a beauty standard, and another ethnic group. So who comes up with these standards, anyways? That being said, like what Tope said, I don't want to believe that I know that there's peer pressure, and there's so much pressure today with this. Like that's why I said I need social media to even be banned by this social media. And I also said something today about contentment. That so many people are not contented. When we talk about contentment, it has nothing to do also with money. You know, it also has to do with who you are as a person. You know, being having confidence in yourself, in your body, you know, image and whatever. But you know, now let's go to our health. When you decide, because it's your body, your choice. Whatever you want to do is your business, right? Let's go to the part of we Nigerians when they say if you want to cheat an African man, hide it in a book that we don't read. You owe it to yourself. You owe a responsibility to yourself to research whatever it is you want to do to your body, even though it's your body, your choice. Regardless of what any doctor tells you, any hospital tells you, you have to also research the dangers and the risk involved in doing a particular procedure. There's risk in every type of surgery, in every type of procedure. But BBL has the highest surgery risk.
Yeah, it does.
It's the highest surgery risk. And they always, most doctors will tell you that they used to do BBL, but most hospitals and most doctors, now even abroad, there's a very famous doctors, they stepped away from it because it's not about whether the hospital is negligent or the doctor is negligent. The doctor can be the most careful doctor, but because of how our body and our nerves and veins and how fats can mistakenly enter a blood vessel and how these things work, anything can go wrong. And we all have different types of body and forms, and there can be an embolism, fat embolism, and it goes straight to your heart. And there's no matter how experienced that doctor is, no matter how equipped that hospital is, they cannot even help you. So I want you to see this is the highest level of risk in surgery, which is the BBL, right?
The one you opt in for.
No, I mean that if we're talking about the BBL case here. So the BBL case is the highest risk when it comes to surgeries, beauty surgeries. And for you to decide that you want to do that, you have already signed, like when you go to hospital, I did a behind the heart surgery. You've signed consent that whatever happens, it is okay. But you are your family. You take, because there's huge risk involved, right? Yeah. And then in Nigeria, we don't even, majority of the people don't even do normal annual health check. And then most of, because I'm an advocate, I'm a patient advocate for rare diseases. Most rare diseases are not even diagnosed. It takes years to be able to even know if you're a rare disease patient, to even realize or even know that you even have a rare disease. So you're dealing with double jeopardy in the sense that you think that you're normal. You think everything is okay. But there's something hiding underneath that even the doctors, even the checks don't even detect it. And even when you're feeling there's something wrong and you're going to the hospital for years, those cases go undiagnosed. And before I was diagnosed, it took years, even abroad, everywhere, America, Canada, UK. It takes years. So most times when you're dealing with an undiagnosed disease, right, a rare disease, you should not put your body through those type of surgeries. Because you have blood thinning and your body can, you can get fat embolism and so many things can happen like that. Your body can shut down. There's a lot going on with you. You're not even allowed to do the simple thing as having a Botox. Just an injection because your muscles are already lack. So there's so much a lack of education and awareness in this high risk BBL surgery that everybody is jumping into. So it's okay to put responsibility on the hospitals, on the doctors, but when you as a human being, it is your body, it is your right, it is your choice, depending on what beauty standards you want to focus on. But you also need to take responsibility for your actions and your choices. They have consequences.
Very true. Very, very true.
Okay, so I'm sensitive too. I'm sorry to may Hassel rest in peace for the person who died during that procedure. But I'm going to be a bit different today because whether we like it or not, there are some people who do BBL because of men.
Okay, let me hold you a bit and take Alexandra from Lagos, and I'll come back to you. Alexandra, are you there?
I'm there. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I love you all. I love your program.
I love you too. Thank you so much.
First time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I love what people are discussing. I will not lie to you. I really love it because I've been this kind of I think most time why people do BBL at times is body bullying. I've been a victim because I'm a very slim person. They will tell me you don't have shape, you don't have hip, you don't have that one. At times, even among friends. So to me, at times, I don't even know. But it's so painful. It's so painful. But at times, I think it's body bullying. At times, if people bully you are slim, you don't have hip, you don't have that one. Most time, I think that's the reason why sometimes for some people to do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Alexandra.
Okay, so I think some people do it because of men. Okay. I think some, there's a large percentage. You have 100%. It could be just maybe 1% or 2%. But there are some people that do it because of men. And those are the people I want to talk to today. Some men, they are not worth it. I know a lot of, they are not worth you going through that kind of pain. And if you have self-esteem issues, there are other ways you can handle that other than going under the knife. Because under the knife, the risk is high. The risk of you not making it alive is very, very high. You can't be well. To me, I just look at it like I can't be doing very well and I'll just go into the hospital and then they'll cut me because I'm looking for extra something that is not there. Do you understand?
Rather buy foam. I'd rather buy foam.
Thank you. Foam, 4,000, you remove it.
You wear it.
You remove it anytime and the person will still appreciate you regardless of whatever the way you look. The person will still appreciate you that way. I know of a friend that the husband just came back one day and said he wants her to have big bum and everything and told her that she should go and do surgery. She should go and do BBL surgery. They argued. They've had issues with that thing. She was like, she doesn't want to do it. She doesn't want to do it. He was like, no, he's going to go outside. He's going to start looking for women. That's the threat he gave her. Wow. She had to. See, this pressure,
anybody that is
this
giving
pressure
you that
is
kind
very
of thing
high.
is not someone that likes
this
you.
pressure is very, very high, honestly. And that is why I know where that person was saying that a lot of women do it because of men. And it's time for us. There are some. Not a lot. So it's now time for us to talk to those women to appreciate themselves. See, because of that pressure, she went and did it. And now every year she has to go for maintenance, to go and be checking in maintenance.
Because you have to.
Yes, you have to go and do maintenance.
Because you're dealing with fats and you're not. You shift and fat melts, and a fat can melt in one side and not melt in the other. You cannot determine how a fat would melt.
So because of that, look at what he has made her. Do you know? Look at what he has now made her. Every time. Now, every year she goes for checkup.
She's talking about this personal story of somebody that her husband threatened her that she must do the surgery.
She must do the surgery. She went and did the surgery. She did the surgery. And
so I am going to be suing Will Page 9664 for accusing me of doing BBL. Talk by, please. You've known me since we were teenagers. No. Talk by, you have known me since we were teenagers. Please, can you explain? Because you have known me 2 times. Please, can you listen to Talk by? You didn't know me before.
It's follow come. This is follow come. And the thing is, we compare, and comparison is a thief of joy. Social media is also part of the problem. So I'm built differently in my shape. BC is built differently in her shape. I am fine. Like, you cannot even move fine. Like, more set. And I know. But she's also fine. And she's also set. And I admire it. But it is my body. And I am not going to go and become her. Because that's the way she's made. And I'm made the way I am made. What I can do is to manage my weight. Okay, if I add, it might go to place I don't want. So I'll always watch what I'm eating. I'm constantly drinking one from my board.
So let me add something
using
for you.
organic ways to ensure I am fit and healthy. But I'm not going to compare myself to others.
Somebody else. This industry is a $60 billion industry.
Very profitable.
And they know how to market these things to people. And because we're in the era of social media where validation is currency, who do we hold responsible for a lot of people trying to be validated being on social media?
Because we seek the validation.
Exactly.
You are the one that goes to do the surgery is the only person responsible here, sadly.
Okay.
We can choose to look at the bullying, and there are tons of bullying going on online.
Terrible.
Even this false accusation that was just posted is a form of bullying.
Yes.
I saw one lady's post, very confident lady. She said she has come from a journey. She's a triangle shaped lady. And so she's posting her fashion sense. And even as she's posting positively that she's loving herself, check the comments.
People are still
50% of the
insulting
comments
her.
are insulting her that she should go and hide her body. Her body is not fine. That
So
for
we
me.
do this to them, and then we come back and complain after.
Over time. Carry your big belly, come out. You went to get this kind of big belly. So a lot of people are being bullied, and so if you are going to be on social media, you have to have the emotional intelligence to handle the bass you receive from online without letting it become internal. The dancing lady that died last year, beautiful dancing Nelly. She was so happy, dancing joyfully, and then back to back. They were
I was
always
seeing comments.
every
See your
video.
tummy, see your
they
belly,
will
see your
yap her.
tummy.
Are you pregnant? You are dancing with pregnancy. If you mean you're not pregnant, over and over again. So we complain when we push people to the limit. Please, we need to be kinder as individuals. There's also economic benefits.
Yes.
I have seen many fashion designers who have gone to do their body.
Yes, to be able
as
to sell
a
fine
way
clothes.
to sell clothes. And they told me, 2 people I know that did their body and they sell online, that they started selling more when they did their body. Actors that do their body
to get more roles.
More. So there's economic benefits, even outside men. The economy of banging body is very profitable, and it is in our faces. So unless it's not there, then we cannot be talking about it. It's there.
How do we change the culture then? Because it now becomes, it seems like this is a culture of what is acceptable now. Even though we go back and cry after it falls apart, we are the ones still admiring, we're selecting. I've had jobs that were denied somebody because she's not shaped in a particular way. How do we change the culture?
So before we talk about changing culture, I want to also make something clear on this table. That for the fact that I'm saying that there's health risk involved in BBL does not mean that BBL is bad though. Don't get me wrong. Yes, BBL, as in any form of cosmetic surgery you want to do,
it's okay.
It's your business, is okay. Anything that makes you happy, anything you can afford. If you childbirth too is risk. It's risk. People are pushing it out. Everything is risk. So I want you to understand where I'm coming from. Is that whatever risk you decide to take, wait like correct abada, tie the wrapper well, chest it, take responsibility for stepping out of your house every day. Waking up every day is a risk. So don't get me twisted. Beauty standards differ. What the most important is that, do you have confidence in yourself and in that beauty standard that BBL you're going to do to even carry it well? Because even if you don't have the confidence into the BBL, it does nothing. You still have low self-esteem. So that's what I'm trying to say. So let's get it right.
They are different.
They are different. So in terms of changing the culture, first of all, we need to look at the corporations and the institutions that propagate this agenda because they want to make money.
Bam! $60 billion industry.
And because they are making money from it, they are pushing a narrative to you to tell. There was a time they said black is not beautiful. And people were bleaching. But black is beautiful, my darling. Black does not crack. And then people are saying, so you now notice that we now start pushing organic products. And they now realize that even the foreign companies that are trying to tell you that a fairer skin is better, they're using your shea butter, they're using your palm oil to do these things. So who is deceiving who? They use all these things and then they sell it back to you in a dangerous manner. So the responsibility still falls on you. Whatever it is, any industry, any corporation, whatever narrative they're pushing on social media that you're consuming, first of all, who are you as an individual? You better have self-confidence, train your kids to have self-confidence, know who you are, and then whatever risk you decide to take, my dear, please chest it.
You must have money though. You cannot go and use millions to do body that you
and
don't have
flying
car.
bike.
You are using bike.
You are flying bike.
Give yourself sense. Give yourself sense. You did body, you don't have a car.
But the idea may be when you now do the body, you now make money to buy the car.
It's not a wise investment, my dear.
But most importantly, appreciate yourself just as much as possible. Avoid because
bottom
of
line
risk
is
beauty
standards shift from time to time. In the Victorian ages, women will wear corset, pakam, that will dry all their internals, but they were wearing it because it was a standard. There was in the 1990s to the 2000s, abroad you have to be very tiny. That was their standard. In Africa at that time, you have to be very tiny. We liked rubber people because I remember growing up, my cousins, my cousins would wear their school uniform and everywhere would be me. I looked like lenga. So I was not even seen in the first place. So do you now have to change? And this is not a question for us because there's no time, because of the beauty standards. What if you do the BBL and in the next there are many people obodo yibo that are already removing their BBL. They're
They
already
can afford the
reducing. It's already
risk
changing.
getting
But you are stuck with your own. Do you now remove it? Maybe tomorrow is the front we are now doing. Everybody go and do the front. Next tomorrow is the head we are doing. Everybody will do the head. Beauty standards will always change.
yourself.
What I would
Love
say
yourself.
and what I would, take away from this conversation is that we need to build our young people to have a good self-esteem. Love who you are in your packaging. Perfect. Love who you are to the extent that no matter what is changing around you, you are confident in who you are. Many of us did not bleach, even while we had friends that were bleaching, because we somehow just believed that this was given to us and we had to maintain it. But some people were lost on the way and they had to bleach. So we just need to raise more confident women. And let's not put all the things on men, though they have their own. Because they will say they want it flat, and then they are using their eye to follow all the people that have big things around them.
Exactly.
But
they don't care.
The responsibility and the accountability is on yourself. Thank you so much, ladies, for wonderful contributions and a wonderful show today. We'll see you again for another beautiful show. Bye-bye now.